Alright, gotta keep this one shorter than 13 minutes. Throw option selects. Something you do when you're looking for a throw and you want to place another button other than like 6H or 4H behind it. Pretty much any H, because H is the button you throw within this game. What's an option select? Option select is when you enter an input or a series of inputs and you will get multiple results based off of the scenario in front of you. That's like Greek. Alright, let me show you this. I just did a throw OS, but you threw. What's the option select? There. Because he's not in range, I'm just whiffing a 5K. And this one's really good for Elfelt. One, because she doesn't have a 6K, which, PS, you have to use forward for your throw option selects, because if you use back, you're just fault with the fencing. Alright, so you have to use forward, and you have to actually do the buttons at the same time. There you go. And what happens is, again, you're whiffing another button. In the case of 5K, this is a lot faster than literally bouncing off of your ass. Damn girl fake. Anyways, what other useful ones does she have? Because you can do this with any button on the ground, but that's not horribly useful unless you're gonna go through some close button that you can high invul through. In this case, with Venom, it could actually work versus Stinger, but super situational. You could also use Dust, but why are you... Okay, useful ones. This one, but not from far slash range, from close slash range. But if you're in close slash range, you throw them because Elfelt has the shortest close slash. That's a little fun fact. That is true. But what happens if they try to jump away from your throw? Not jump into it, but jump away from your throw. Throw OS. You can't use H because that's your throw button and you can't option select with it. But I will point out that it's occasionally okay to try to throw with 6H like you normally would because of stuff like that. And rarely, super rarely, is it okay to actually just try to back. It's not wrong to try to throw somebody in a corner, but if you don't do FD breaks, that means you have to try to throw using like back forward, something like that, and you don't want to whiff 5H. Like, that's the whole point of the OS. You don't want to whiff big buttons. But it's okay to look for this sometimes if you think they're going to backdash your throw. And that's like the main thing that comes to my mind. There's probably some other scenario that somebody will point out to me and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is why I just sit around and lab and play with my friends and I'm not like a top level tourney player. But it's not wrong to do this. It's not something you want to make your fundamental. Again, the big things you're looking for is not that one. Your 6KH, which is your fastest recovery. And that's if you have no clue where they're going. Are they backdashing? Are they jumping? Maybe they're whiffing, like, or whiffing. Maybe they're doing a DP like their chip or sin, and you can actually put that back in time, stuff like that. And then your S option select, again, not your close one, or not your far one, but your close one. So that happens. But that's the input. Forward, S, and H. But wait, there's more. Because this is Guilty Gear, and you throw people in the air. And just like that, I whiffed the throw in the air with H, which is not bad to whiff with H in the air, because the button covers so much space, right? But what if you want faster recovery? You can use that right there. I used forward and P. Alright? Forward PH to be more specific. That way you're just whiffing a jump P. If you're a nutcase, you can actually mash it a little bit and you can confirm in a string. If you're jumping away and you're just trying to cover some space, you're just whiffing a P. So you can recover quicker. Alright, this one is going to take a little more explanation because the last one is an option select, but it's not just one input. It is this right here. So you look over at the inputs and you're like, what in the world did he just option select? All right, I'll give you a hint. Uses 25 meter and it is the namesake of Zerg. You're right, it's YRC. Because if you do not know this, you don't have to press all 3 buttons at the same time to get a YRC. All right. Therefore, you can actually plink into YRC. Plink meaning you press a button and then you press a second or more the frame after, or for whatever window you're looking into, and it gives you whatever command. I know that's a really dirty definition. That's you don't care about the definition. That's why you're here for a video, so you can see it. That's a throw option select. Costs 25 meter, but the benefit is if they're not in range, not only are you not whiffing anything other than like the YRC startup itself, because yes, YRC has startup, but you're also slowing them down. How do you do this one? Well, it's like the other ones. You have to be holding forward. Actually, I think... No, you can't use back for this. You can use back for this. I lied. This is the crazy one. Plink one is the only one you can actually use back for. All the other ones you have to use forward, because if you try to use back, you will get faultless defense, which blocking is not bad, no matter what net monsters and stream monsters will tell you. And that covers all of the throw option selects. So 4 big ones you want to take away from this. Really 3.5. You want your K option select, which again is your fast one if you want to throw them but you don't know where they're going to be. And that's not exactly it. That's not it either. That's it. There you go. Really useful if you don't know where they're going to go because you're only whiffing 5K. If you're in range and they block 5K, like if you're not in throw range but it makes contact, you're +1 because 5K is like Elfeld's best button. You also care about your slash throw OS. Specifically if you're looking for jump outs, for stuff like that. Staying with him jumping. You have, that wasn't it. That's it right there. Even though he wasn't in range, and that's what happens. You get your P option select, jump option select. If they're in range, you throw them. If they're not in range, you just whiff a P. Whiff the P, hey. And then you have the Plinky. Which, that wasn't a Plinky, by the way. That's the Plinky. You don't specifically have to use S and K. I'm a stick player if you can hear it. And I use default overlay, so that's just rolling the top 3 buttons for me. That's literally piano. Well, it's not literally pianoing. Actually, that is pianoing and not sliding. But just pianoing down the keys, the buttons, when I do it correctly like that. All right. This better be less than 13 minutes. Throw OSs. Cool. Peace.